So when you gossip, you're really putting a negative connotation and a lot of the times projecting your thoughts towards another person in a negative manner. Um, it's important to be careful when you are speaking about somebody else or explaining a situation. I really feel it's okay to, express your experiences with a person, but I would be careful as to who I'm sharing that information with because, you may say the wrong thing and you may portray someone else in a bad light to someone who really doesn't know that person. Let's say if you speak to someone about someone else who they also know personally and you're sharing your experience to a close friend or someone you trust, that isn't going to go and spread around rumors or twist your words. That's a different situation. And a lot of the times, it's more innocent in that way. You're just expressing, your experience, expressing how you feel about a situation because you feel you need to vent. I've kind of been in that position where I really need to get things off my chest, so I may go to someone I trust to tell them about a situation or an experience. But then I'm like, okay, I'm questioning myself, like, is this gossip? Because I know that when you gossip about other people, it's a very thin line, and you need to be careful because if someone was speaking about you and they kind of portrayed you in a bad light to somebody else, I know you wouldn't feel very good about it. And then you would feel like, well, that person doesn't know me, so who are they to judge who I am? So I think it's best to just not gossip at all. Like, try your very best just to let things be. We don't always have to speak about things. That's why it's important to pray and meditate, because then you can kind of release your emotions that you're feeling towards an experience or towards a person, so you don't let those emotions misguide you and get you into a place of a victim mindset where you're like, this person did this to me, and you're kind of blaming and not taking in the full perspective. It's always important to look at yourself first and kind of consider, okay, did I say something that was wrong that maybe that person took the wrong way? It's always best to come from a place of forgiveness, from a place of right standing. Even if the person did something intentionally, it was intentional, and they even admitted it, or they intentionally spread rumors or took something that you shared with them that was personal to you and they told other people on purpose just to make you look some type of way. They betrayed you. you know um I know for a fact that when people make actions like that, it always comes back on them one way or another. So it doesn't do you any good to retaliate or react, because then it just makes you look like you could be just as guilty. But when you hold your own and you're like, you know what, I'm going to forgive that person no matter what, I'm not even going to speak on it. It's okay to defend yourself, of course. I'm not saying to let people abuse you. You need to speak up for yourself also. But I'm just saying, when it comes to like sharing what that person did to other people who don't know that person, you're kind of putting them in a bad position as well. So you're, in effect, doing the same thing that they did to you. So, like, it's just an unending cycle. And then they say something and you say something. It's, I would say, just tread carefully. It's best to just keep quiet. I've had to learn this the hard way. It's best to just keep quiet and, go on about your business, forgive, release the situation, pray about it, kind of just process the emotions and be like, look, not to defend people's bad behavior. People sometimes do things intentionally, and that's not okay by any means. But if you participate in it, then, you're kind of no better than that person for what they did if you start doing the same things. It's not justifiable on either end. That's why that saying, two rights don't make a right. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. So it's just important to, reflect on yourself and sometimes look at, how did I contribute to this situation? When you reflect like that, then you can become better. You become less bothered by other people and what they have to say. When you're secure in your identity and you know who you are, gossip really doesn't affect you because you know it's a lie. When someone is telling you a lie about yourself, it doesn't bother you. But maybe if they say something that's a little bit true and you feel offended because, they're exposing something, that's probably an area you need to heal and reflect on, and that's okay. Everyone has places that we need to heal on, things that trigger us, and it's okay. You can look at those things and forgive yourself for the past mistakes you've made. If other people want to take it and speak negatively about you, let that be their issue. It doesn't have to be yours. You don't have to participate or get angry because it doesn't serve you in the end. It's best to just let it all go. When you let it go, you let go your mistakes, other people's words don't affect you. It's not going to put you in a position to, feel hurt because you already forgave yourself. So nothing anyone else says can hurt you. That's how that works, So this is just a reminder to, I'd say just stay away from it. Stay away from the gossip, just forgive, let it all go. It's okay to, make mistakes. Everybody does. No one is better than anybody else. So, yes, I hope this encourages you, and I'm sending you all my love, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.